Men are more easily governed through their vices than through their virtues. An army marches on its stomach. There is only one step from the sublime to the ridiculous. There is only one step from the sublime to the ridiculous. Courage is like love, it must have hope for nourishment. He who knows how to flatter also knows how to slander.
A man will fight harder for his interests than for his rights. Religion is excellent stuff for keeping common people quiet.
If they want peace, nations should avoid the pinpricks that precede cannon shots. When small men attempt great enterprises, they always end by reducing them to the level of their mediocrity. France has more need of me than I have need of France. Men take only their needs into consideration, never their abilities. Among those who dislike oppression are many who like to oppress. The infectiousness of crime is like that of the plague. Ambition never is in a greater hurry than I, it merely keeps pace with circumstances and with my general way of thinking. I made all my generals out of mud. Medicines are only fit for old people. Riches do not consist in the possession of treasures, but in the use made of them. I am the successor, not of Louis XVI, but of Charlemagne. In order to govern, the question is not to follow out a more or less valid theory but to build with whatever materials are at hand. The inevitable must be accepted and turned to advantage. Forethought we may have, undoubtedly, but not foresight. Let the path be open to talent. You must not fear death, my lads, defy him, and you drive him into the enemy's ranks. Skepticism is a virtue in history as well as in philosophy. A revolution is an idea which has found its bayonets. With audacity one can undertake anything, but not do everything. The French complain of everything, and always. Throw off your worries when you throw off your clothes at night. I have only one counsel for you, be master. Public opinion is the thermometer a monarch should constantly consult. A revolution can be neither made nor stopped. The only thing that can be done is for one of several of its children to give it a direction by dint of victories. Forethought we may have, undoubtedly, but not foresight. The herd seek out the great, not for their sake but for their influence, and the great welcome them out of vanity or need. England is a nation of shopkeepers. I love power. But it is as an artist that I love it. I love it as a musician loves his violin, to draw out its sounds and chords and harmonies. The human race is governed by its imagination.
A man will fight harder for his interests than for his rights. He who knows how to flatter also knows how to slander. Courage is like love, it must have hope for nourishment. There is only one step from the sublime to the ridiculous. An army marches on its stomach. Men are more easily governed through their vices than through their virtues. There are only two forces in the world, the sword and the spirit. In the long run the sword will always be conquered by the spirit. Impossible is a word to be found only in the dictionary of fools. A soldier will fight long and hard for a bit of colored ribbon. Death is nothing, but to live defeated and inglorious is to die daily. The best cure for the body is a quiet mind. Water, air, and cleanness are the chief articles in my pharmacy. 4 hostile newspapers are more to be feared than 1,000 bayonets. There is no such thing as accident, it is fate misnamed. Soldiers generally win battles. Generals get credit for them. The people to fear are not those who disagree with you, but those who disagree with you and are too cowardly to let you know. Ability is nothing without opportunity. Take time to deliberate, but when the time for action has arrived, stop thinking and go in. In politics, never retreat, never retract, never admit a mistake. It requires more courage to suffer than to die. Doctors will have more lives to answer for in the next world than even we generals. There is one kind of robber whom the law does not strike at, and who steals what is most precious to men, time. There are only 2 forces that unite men, fear and interest. The truest wisdom is a resolute determination. The best way to keep one's word is not to give it. It is the cause, not the death, that makes the martyr. Nothing is more difficult, and therefore more precious, than to be able to decide. Power is my mistress. I have worked too hard at her conquest to allow anyone to take her away from me. What is history but a fable agreed upon? If I had to choose a religion, the sun as the universal giver of life would be my God. One must change one's tactics every 10 years if one wishes to maintain one's superiority. He who fears being conquered is sure of defeat. I am sometimes a fox and sometimes a lion. The whole secret of government lies in knowing when to be the one or the other. The surest way to remain poor is to be an honest man. 10 people who speak make more noise than 10,000 who are silent. From the heights of these pyramids, 40 centuries look down on us. Music is the voice that tells us that the human race is greater than it knows. The first virtue in a soldier is endurance of fatigue. Courage is only the second virtue. Imagination rules the world. Great ambition is the passion of a great character. Those endowed with it may perform very good or very bad acts. All depends on the principles which direct them. Men are moved by 2 levers only, fear and self-interest. The strong man is the one who is able to intercept at will the communication between the senses and the mind. A leader is a dealer in hope. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Religion is what keeps the poor from murdering the rich. History is the version of past events that people have decided to agree upon. Victory belongs to the most persevering. You must not fight too often with one enemy, or you will teach him all your art of war. The battlefield is a scene of constant chaos. The winner will be the one who controls that chaos, both his own and the enemy's. I can no longer obey. I have tasted command, and I cannot give it up. To do all that one is able to do, is to be a man. To do all that one would like to do, is to be a god. A true man hates no one.